Okay. Extremely disappointed at the, once again, not the effort, but the execution. You know, I told you guys a long time ago, I said, we're going to win some games we shouldn't win, and we're going to lose some games we shouldn't lose. You know, you got to give credit to Rob Jeter, my former assistant at UNLV. He was very prepared, had his guys ready. He threw a lot of curveballs at us defensively, but they were just tougher tonight, and that's not acceptable. I mean, they out-rebounded us by one, and I just don't think – I know Jeff got injured, and we played a walk-on a lot of minutes and didn't have Allen. And, you know, I could give you all the reasons why it didn't happen tonight, but it ain't the end of the world. Excuse me for saying ain't, Mom. It's not the end of the world, and it's next possession mentality. As good as you may feel after a win, you need to feel equally as motivated after a loss to improve. And so we'll make sure we put the right emphasis in the time between this game and the next. So we got a tough road trip, two really tough places to play in conference from what I understand from our conversations. I've never been to North Dakota or North Dakota State for games ever. So this will be a new experience for myself and a bunch of the players. But our experienced guys have said they're tough places to play. So we just got to get to the next one. And by that I mean get to work on film, get to work on the corrections, the instruction of what we can do to finish shots. I mean, we had so many good looks. It just didn't go. And Thursday they went. And that's the way it is.
I think, you know, this first year for Shamari and for Ray Q to kind of run the show, it might be tonight a lesson about adaptation, because we could all tell about 8:15 that there weren't going to be any calls when they were driving the basket. What to you know?
Yeah, when you feel like you're getting fouled and you're not, you can't let that get in your head. The officials they don't care who wins. They're just calling the game the way they see it, from the angle that they see it. It's nothing's intentional. There's no reason to get emotionally disappointed or upset with an official. You know, I say that, and I had my moment and have had moments before. But it's hard when you're a competitor to keep an even keel mindset when you have things that you adamantly believe are incorrect. But the adjustment for Shamari and Ray is, okay, let's shoot your pull-up jumper. Let's stop before the contact. You're wide open off the three after one step. Let's shoot that pull-up. Let's just avoid the officiating altogether by getting a nice clean shot. And so we talked about that actually just briefly, John. Good question. So onward and upward, my man. You know, we have a goal every year, every team I've ever coached, ever, to win the regular season. And, you know, if Oral Roberts holds serve and does what they're supposed to do, that goal is getting more and more challenging. We're 33% through with the season, 6 games into an 18-game conference, and there's still a lot of basketball left, and we'll prepare for that accordingly. All our opportunities to play good basketball are still in front of us. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And it sounds like a cliche, but it's really an accurate cliche, because everything that we're trying to do and win 3 games in March and, you know, finish strong and be playing our best basketball, all that stuff's still ahead of us. So we got to keep the young guys up, motivated, and working their tails off and outworking our competition.
Okay, so some good news. So in Gandu, another 17 rebounds. He tied the school record with 9 offensive. Last game, now he got 10 today, so new school record.
No, that is good news for him.
And what was pretty inspirational was his effort to stay on the floor. So
yeah, and he
tweaked and coming in and out.
Yeah, he was hurting. He tried to give us everything he had. He left it all out on the floor, as they say. He had a pretty decent sprain there. So, but Keith and Bryce jumped on top of it and got him through the game. But so now we'll see what happens. So.
And then something I noticed near the end of the game. Turn that phone off. You're the only coach that hasn't ever screamed at me for that. So at the end of the game, Tyler seemed to do a pretty decent job denying 5 the ball, because we could see that if 5 don't touch the ball, they don't score.
5 is their go-to guy, and 2 as well. Both he's a very, very talented. 2's only a freshman, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if that's right, but 2 and 5 are their guys, and we did a decent job in the first half on 2. He got going a little bit in the second half, but it is what it is. So you can go ahead and.
I'm gonna hang it up. I gotta turn it off.
No worries.
Sorry, Coach.
You're okay. It's that kind of night.
I have a. Yeah. All right. But
Tyler, yeah, we were just talking about Tyler and just his level of defensive intensity. I think it turned up towards the end of the game, but we needed more from him earlier in the game. He got lost a few times looking for screens and got backdoored, and it's just played like a freshman tonight, and that's unfortunate because we're 19 games in. Freshmen can't play like freshmen anymore. That time is come and gone. Maybe 10, 15 games into it, you got to be playing like a sophomore. So, but he's feeling horrible because he knows he didn't play up to his capabilities. But most of the guys are that way tonight, so that's okay. A little pain never hurt nobody. So, got to have that before you get the progress. So, it's just part of the deal.
One of the things that I noticed most, Coach, is that their bench was very energized. Does that affect play at all?
No, but it affects their play. It doesn't affect our play, but it affects their play. It was good to have them up to play us. That means that we're sending a message that we're a potential force to be reckoned with. And so, you got to give them credit. Rob, again, is a great human being, great husband, dad, coach, good man. And I hate playing my friends because one of us is going to feel like crap at the end of the night. Unfortunately, tonight it was me, and hopefully at their place it'll be him. I told him before the season started, all right, man, let's just agree to a split right now. So we both laughed about it. So, but he's done a great job in getting those guys ready to play tonight.
And one thing another thing that I noticed is the quick turnaround. Does that affect how the guys feel?
No, because they had a quick turnaround too, and they had to travel. So there's really no excuse there. This is conference now, so we should have had the advantage there. We should have had guys in the recovery room, and we didn't. After Thursday, I went through the protocols, and there were several guys that just kind of went home and kind of treated themselves, which is unacceptable. And so we fixed that. So I guarantee you they'll all be in there tonight. Sometimes when you tell a young team, just, hey, man, you guys take care of your bodies, hydrate, get in there, get your ice bath, whatever. And then you break because you're feeling good, and you go home, and you visit with your brothers who are visiting. You can't do that with these guys. I learned that. You got to say, you go to recovery, you meet Bryce, you go meet Keith, and I want you guys, Bryce, Keith, I want you to text me when, those guys are done. You just have to manage differently with younger teams. And, I don't know if that would have made a difference tonight, but it was a missed opportunity to teach them about leadership and to teach the guys how to operate.
Last thing I have for you, Coach, is looking at North Dakota's schedule, they're on a 6-game losing streak. Does that affect how you game plan for it?
No, not at all. I think, anytime I hate playing teams that are pretty decent that haven't won one in a little bit. We've had that experience before a couple times this year already because those guys are looking at their chops for a win, and they're at home, sleeping in their own beds with 5-day rests. This was a lost opportunity. Make no mistake about it. We could have jumped into at least solidifying a second place. We'd have been a half game back from second, I think, with North Dakota State. But I don't know what happened in the other games today, but I know that we missed that opportunity. But 16 or 18, 12 games left in conference, so we'll hopefully get some upset somewhere else, and we take care of business.
Thank you, Coach.
You got it. All right, guys. Thank you.